Welcome to my Victorian Women in History series. Today's topic is how tuberculosis became the Victorian standard of beauty. The Victorian era was a profoundly patriarchal period, where women were viewed as delicate, frail creatures that needed to be cared for by men. The image of the fragile, pale woman on a fainting couch is an iconic scene of the period. Women were viewed as almost childlike, with a need for caretakers and supervision. A thin, fragile bird-like woman was the ideal woman of the time. When one thinks of the great beauties of the Victorian era, some of the famous portraits of the time, like that of Marie Duplessis, likely come to mind. Such pictures depict thin, soft-looking women with ghostly pale skin. They have wide, bright eyes with no color in the skin, aside from possibly rosy cheeks and lips. Their chests and shoulders are likely bare, exposing delicate bones. Unluckily for the women of the day, affliction with consumption allowed the sufferer to display all the beauty hallmarks of the Victorian era. Noble, beautiful victims of tuberculosis were a common theme throughout the period. Countless paintings can be found of delicate, pale victims in bed surrounded by grieving loved ones. The symbolism of birds signifying the spirit ready to leave the body was commonly included. Tuberculosis was once responsible for 25% of the annual deaths in Europe. Yet during the Victorian period, it actually became a hallmark of women's beauty. The latter half of the 19th century was marked by a strong class consciousness, in which beautiful, well-bred women were expected to do no physical work whatsoever. Correspondingly, any hints of a suntan or muscle tone were frowned upon as a hallmark of the unattractive working class. Respectable women would be thin, pale and of delicate health. Upper-class women were even considered more prone to tuberculosis, making affliction with the disease an object of class status. Since tuberculosis provided a woman with these features throughout the natural course of the disease, it managed to become fashionable while stalking European people with deadly consequences. Beloved 19th century author Charlotte Bronte wrote in 1849, the same year that she lost her sister Anne to tuberculosis, and a year after she lost her sister Emily to the same disease. Consumption, I'm aware, is a flattering malady. As tuberculosis fell out of fashion, quite literally, it became associated with the lower and poorer classes. What was once a tragically beautiful disease of the wealthy and the brilliant became associated with squalor and poverty. Healthy and vigorous appearances now became a symbol of wealth. Much of the sympathy towards the afflicted was lost as the disease changed classes. If you want to learn more about how tuberculosis became the Victorian standard of beauty, you can get the book Consumptive Chic: A History of Beauty, Fashion and Disease by Carolyn Day at my bookshop. I left the link below. Thank you for watching. And please subscribe for more videos on the fabulous, fierce and feisty women in history.